Stoic Tang here. There's no script to this video. Just like there's no script to your life. You're not going to understand the concepts of life, the concepts of what you're going to do, the concepts of where you're going to be, your success, your progress, your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit, your faith upon something. It's all going to be hard to understand. Yes, I know we want to think strategically. We want to think with creativity. But it's not enough. It's not enough. We are here merely as just puny beings, puny human beings. And it's hard to understand, why are we here? That's why people get lost. That's why people resume their bad habits. That's why people resume their lives upon stagnation and upon a sense of unprofoundness. You can't seem to find something that you enjoy, that you seem to really are passionate about. But what's the reason behind that? What's the reason behind your dreadfulness? The reason behind your unkind heart? What's the reason? You can keep asking yourself the question, but you're never going to find an answer if you don't choose to seek out the knowledge. Because one thing I've learned recently in my personal experience is that you cannot learn everything without seeking for the knowledge. Now, what do I mean by this? You cannot experience everything firsthand. You cannot do everything that life has for you to do. You cannot experience every experience. You cannot do everything. You cannot see and be with every person. You're not God. You're not this indestructible human being that's existential and that's divine into perfection. So you're into perfection to the person you are, but not into perfection of the truth of a God. You're not a God. You're only a human. And what do humans need? We need to think. We need our minds to keep going and to keep rolling, or our minds won't be able to think anymore. We're going to slow down and freeze up. Just like our hearts. If you stop the heart, it can't recover itself back into real life unless some miracle happens. But some miracle just means hope. Because that miracle is nearly impossible. So as humans, what are we sought out to do? What are we sought out to do to become better? To learn, to advance, to become the people that we want to be, to learn the things that we want to learn? Well, the only thing we can do, and the only thing you must do, is to seek the knowledge. And how do we do that? Well, you watch YouTube videos about the topic that you want to learn. You read books about the topic that you feel so passionate about. You try and experience the experience at least one time or something similar. But we have to be able to step out that comfort zone. We have to be able to put ourselves out there. Because nothing is just going to magically appear in front of us like a fairy tale. Like a non-fiction story. It's never that easy. You can't depend on fate if you're not putting in the action to getting towards that area, to getting towards that thing. If you're just wishing, if you're just praying, if you're just believing and having hope and faith and everything that's in your mind, but your body's not moving towards the direction that you need to go to, then you're doomed. You're stuck. You're not going to get there. I speak so passionately about this because I know how it feels to just be stuck into the progress, stuck into the constant chase of progress, the constant chase of needing to be better, but then not being able to find the resources, not being able to find what I need to get to that next level. But I know what I need. I know what I should be doing. I know the distractions I have. I know that my time can be placed in better positions. There's a ratio to that. Your time wasting to time productive ratio. And one thing I can say is that if you're not where you want to be, then the ratio is unequally balanced. You're wasting way too much time, even if you don't believe it. Every waking moment is a time for progress, is a time to etch something out of your sculpture, out of your Play-Doh. You build something from the heart. And that is the only thing that you need to do. The only thing you need to think about. The fun is never going to get you anywhere. The joy, the connection. You can have a connection any other time of your life, but now, the age that you're in, the teenage years, the 20s, now is the time to set yourself apart. Now is the time to suffer in the hardest moments of your life to get to where you need to go. Now is the time. Now is the time to separate yourself from everybody else average. Now is the time to step your foot down. Now is the time to put down the distractions, to put down your phone, to put down everything else. And make sure that you put the right things in the right places, in the right time. And to make sure that you're present during that time. Because if you're only half present, if you're only there because you're acting like you're there, like you're performing for somebody, you're being performative for somebody, for something, for some action, for your creator, or whatever it is, being performative is never going to get you anywhere. But putting the right actions will. And you may not be as passionate as me. You may not believe that you deserve to be. But one thing I can say is that if your heart was inspired, if you felt the spark of needing and living and breathing for the dream, for the mission, for the goals, then I need you to be the person that chooses to step forward in this journey, that chooses to neglect the fun, that chooses to suffer these couple of years, to retire in your 30s, to retire in maybe your late 20s, because you don't want to be the person to live your young life as happy as you can, as fun as you can, and be losing the rest of your life. Be losing the rest of your life. Would you rather suffer in the times that you're healthy for only a short amount of time, or suffer when you're sick, or suffer when you don't have the energy, the power, the cardio, or anything? Please believe me when I say this, it's not too late to put that drink down, to say no to that party, to that text, to that woman, to that man. Because your mission is so much greater than that. This area, this time zone of your life has to be the time zone that you choose yourself. You choose yourself. Your best investment is in you. Your best investment is in yourself. Never doubt your ability, Because if you truly set your mind, if you truly set your actions, if you truly set your timers, set everything in the right and straight path, I promise you, you're going to watch this video again and say, Simon, I made it. Hey bro, I made it. Imagine how you'll feel. I made it. Your past self, your friends, your family, your ancestors, they're all going to thank you. You made it. You made it happen. You were the black sheep, and you made it happen. You didn't ask for anybody's help. You didn't need anybody. You felt good in the loneliness. You felt good in the hard work, the suffering, the pain, the regret. Everybody and everything didn't matter when you made it. And I know for a fact, if I go back in time, 5 years from now, when I watch this video, I'm going to say to myself, Simon, or hey man, I am so proud of you for choosing that life, for choosing to neglect the things of this life, all the pleasures. And I would give you a big hug right now. I'd give you a huge hug because I really do respect it. I respect the struggle. I respect the grind. I respect everything that you did to get to where you needed to go. Thank you. I hope that was deep enough to make you motivated. And one day I'll watch this video back and thank myself. Thank you, Simon. Stoic Tag, peace out.